Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to create the Elf on the Shelf cupcake. Start off with a rather innocent looking ball of skin tone modelling paste, roll a groove across the centre and then push your thumbs into the groove to create the eye sockets. Next I'm just forming the nose with my fingers and with the Dresden tool. Use the silicone tool to mark 2 dots on either side of the nose, which are the ends of the smile, and then draw the smile in using the tool. Push the ball tool into the ends of the smile to really push his mouth backwards. This also enhances the cheeks because he's got quite bulbous cheeks and they're not creepy at all. Next I'm using the Dresden tool to create the bottom lip, and then I'm going back over with the silicone tool just to enhance the smile again because some of it's been a bit lost where I've been playing with the paste. Then I'm going to give him little dimples, and then we're shaping the top of the face and the cheeks. So I'm stroking from the eye around to the side of the head just to really round off those cheekbones. The Elf on the Shelf has quite a cute little button nose, so I'm just using the Dresden tool there just to enhance it again. And now I'm using the silicone tool to do 2 dots, one on either side of the nose, one slightly higher up towards the temples, and then drawing a line between those dots. So you may have noticed my funny commentary with the creepiness. I find this character really creepy and I didn't realise that until I started making him, so yeah, I've now got a creepy cupcake in my house. And now back to the tutorial. I'm now drawing kind of an arc over the top of the eye where it ends on either side of the line. Next I'm lining up the Dresden tool with the line and then gently pushing in. I'm using the shape of the tool to follow the line, so the tool has a curved side and a flat side, so I'm using the curved side to go around the arc at the top of the eye and then the flat end to go along the bottom. If you find your eyes are a little bit wonky at this point, because let's face it, it's really hard to do something symmetrical, then just push the paste and manipulate the eye socket so it shrinks or grows. I'm just going into the corners here just to really enhance them and just make sure it's an overall nice neat shape. Whenever you push the tool into the paste, you're going to change the shape of the model, so I'm just going around here and pushing in and shaping the chin and the sides of the face and anything that's been distorted. Now I'm pushing the ball tool into the back of the eyes to flatten them off, and then I'm shaping a semicircle of white modelling paste and popping that into the eye socket. Use your fingers to blend and stretch that paste so it fully fills the eye socket, and then repeat on the other side. The white paste should sit flush with the rest of the face. Now I'm making the holes for the ears by pushing a ball tool into the side of the head. It's about just underneath the bottom of the eyes towards the top of the nose, filling it with glue and then adding 2 small cones of the skin tone modelling paste. Then I push a ball tool into the ear to kind of shape the inner ear and pushing the paste backwards. Roll a cone from some red modelling paste, it should be quite long and thin, and then place the wide end on the work surface and roll backwards and forwards to flatten the base. Next we need to chop the top of his head off, purely because it just makes hats easier to add, not because I find this little guy super creepy. Then we're going to cut the hat in half because it was just too wide for the top of his head, attach in place and then roll out a sausage of white modelling paste and attach around the base of the hat towards the top of the head. P.S. If I go quiet at any point in this tutorial, it may be because the Elf on the Shelf has finally got me. Please call the police. Now I'm creating the hair, so I've just rolled a cone shape, flattened it between my fingers and then trimmed off the widest end so I can butt that up against the base of the hat. The kind of fringe bit is a little bit more complicated. It's a long cone shape, flattened a bit, and then I've pushed the Dresden tool in to kind of split the point in half and then stretched and shaped the paste with my fingers. I found it wasn't quite big enough to go across the majority of his forehead, so I'm just using my fingers and then the Dresden tool to shape it. My lord and master, the Elf on the Shelf, has quite orange cheeks, so I've mixed some orange with some beige to create a pale peach colour and then dusted it liberally over his cheeks. I didn't do this at this stage, but I've also added some on his nose just to enhance that a little bit. Now I'm painting in the eyes. I've got some sky blue dust colour with some clear alcohol and I'm painting kind of a half circle on each eye. And oh my god, who is he looking at? Is he coming to get me? Mix up some black paint and then paint the same shape inside the eye, leaving about a 1 to 2 mm gap between that and the blue. Now I'm painting on the eyelashes with the black paint. It's 3 on the right side of each eye. If you have steady hands, then paint a black line from the right hand side of each eye about 3/4 of the way round. I've actually smudged the paint and it's gone onto the actual eyeball, and I'm going to use a knife later just to trim that off. Make a paint from some dark orange dust colour and then paint a curved line above each eye. I've also used the same colour to colour in the bottom lip, although some of the elves that I've seen online have kind of a pink shade, so maybe you could use a pink shade instead, it's up to you. It's at this point when I'm realising just how creepy he is and I'm starting to get really creeped out by him. Like, who is he looking at and why does he have such a weird expression on his face? Ugh! Anyway, I've now added 2 small balls of white paste to the eyes to act as the highlight. You could also paint these in if you wanted to, however I was kind of just in a rush and being really impatient and couldn't be bothered to wait for the black paint to dry, so I added 2 small balls instead. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and my silly commentary has made you laugh. I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas.